city of Philly, where the birds take flight. Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Marcus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights. Dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing by. Bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing by. Bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.
What up, y'all? What is going on? We are back on a Tuesday, about to go into the new year, 2026. Eagles are in the playoffs. One more week left. What are we doing? What's going on, Tone?
Oh, man. Whole lot of nothing, man. Just chilling, relaxing, blessed by the best. Glad to be here with you, my man. I ain't got no complaints, dog. You know, I can always find something to complain about, but who gonna listen, right? You know,
It don't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter at all, man. I'm just glad that I'm here with you. Glad that I get to talk football. Glad that I'm able to just relax, kick my feet up. I'm glad to be here with the people, man. Let's just call it what it is. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Pro Fan Talk. Make sure you're subscribed to Chalk It Up Sports and smash that like button on both live streams. He's Marcus Thomas. I'm Tony DeShills II. You are tuned into the Bald Eagles podcast, man. You guys know the vibes. You know the energy. You know where our baldies be. You feel what I'm saying?
Sir.
So, we know we got some things to get into. The Eagles came off of a very, very fascinating win, hard-fought win, if you ask me. They beat the Bills.
Those were interesting adjectives.
Hard-fought for sure.
Facts.
They beat the Bills, Buffalo Bills, in Buffalo, 13-12 in a torrential downpour. I mean, I didn't think the rain was ever going to stop. That's how bad it was. And I think
it was cold out there, bro.
It took a moment where it paused for a second. But that rain was coming straight down. No wind. Just the rain was just coming straight down. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the rain was falling like it had ankle weights on. Like, it was just falling. You feel what I'm saying? And the rain looked so the rain was like 4D. It was jumping off the screen. That's how crazy the rain was. They had this one shot of Jalen Phillips in the rain. And they zoomed in on his helmet. Yeah, and you just saw the rain just come. It looked crazy to me.
You saw the motion blur, And then who was that? Somebody made a tackle, and they basically did a nosedive in the grass, and you saw all of that water just hard. And I was like, man, it's crazy. They gotta be, oof. Y'all, you know me, man. The only thing worse than being cold is being wet and cold. Them jokers both.
Yeah, and you know, the past couple weeks, you know, me and you have conversed about style points, right?
Yeah.
And you know, that Raiders game, that Commanders game, I felt like in those games, against those particular opponents, style points was going to be important, right? You need to show that you're not struggling at least against these teams. You need to show that you can dominate these teams and make them look like exactly what they are, inferior.
Right.
But you went up against a team this past week that many would argue is on your level. They have the quarterback. They have the head coach. They have the pass defense. Their run defense leaves a little to be desired, but their pass defense is top tier in the league. Say what you want about the skill position. Say what you want about their skill position guys. They have guys that can catch the ball. They have guys that Josh Allen has trust in. And on top of that, they have the number one rushing offense in football. The number one, not number 2 or 3 or 4. Number one, when it comes to running the ball, they have been the best.
Mm-hmm.
And going into that game, what did they say, Marcus? They said this Eagles team should be worried because of what the Bears did to them.
Right.
If the Bears ran for 280, 250 on you, what you think the number one rushing offense is going to do? And it's an interesting angle to take, if that's your opinion. But at the end of the day, guys got to show up and play. And that's the kind of game that we saw on Sunday where who is willing to get down and dirty the most? Who's going to be able to be the most physical? And beyond that, who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? When you're going to against a team like that, Marcus,
it
under those
wasn't. It wasn't.
It's not about style points. It's about getting that dub.
Getting it done and getting it done, man. And I even said before, it's not about if, it's about how. And now when you say style points, to me, I'm always thinking style points is when you're trying to just show off. You know, we're not the type of team where Jalen needs to throw 35 times a game, and if he has 30 to 40 attempts or something like that, that's what I think of when I say style points. If Jalen Hurts has under 25 attempts and we run the ball at least 15 times, that's what we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So I don't look at that as style points. I look at when we get outside of what we do best, and we looking at, why the hell are we doing that? How come I didn't see any quick slants to AJ Brown? Everybody's looking at that one play, and I think I highlighted on my video when I broke down the tape. Jalen forced the ball to AJ, and AJ didn't even look like he was trying to run the route. And then when you look at the play, when you look at the other side of the field, they had it set up for a screen on the other side of the field. So I'm going to guess that he didn't even think he was getting the ball. Now, he definitely... Are you
talking about that deep shot to AJ where he got held for DPI, but then called?
No, we were on the, like, maybe the 10 or 15 yard line coming out. And AJ was on the right side. Goddard went in motion, which made it trips to the left side. And the dude basically grabbed him and held him, but AJ didn't even, he ain't even put much effort into the route. And Jalen tried to throw him the ball, and then another DB came up and knocked the ball down.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
And I was like, why would he even try to throw that ball?
It looked like it was going to be an INT for a second, yeah.
Exactly. But then I looked at the other side, and I was like, was that on Jalen? Because the screen was set up. That stupid-ass bubble screen was set up on the other side. And they were waiting. I see what you're saying. You're saying Buffalo had already sniffed it out because it was man on man, and the Goddard couldn't even get out. The dude was on him. If he had thrown the ball, he would have got tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
So I was like, why did he try to force that ball? That didn't make sense. So that one, I was kind of looking at Jaden like that made absolutely no sense. Why you threw the ball to him in that situation, because he was covered and he didn't really put effort in.
That speaks to I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say there were other plays like that, and then I was thinking like, what the hell was Patullo thinking? Now this one, when I was like, I can't say they wasn't executing on this one. I was like, why do we have two receivers and a running back all on the same side, and nobody's running to the left side of the field? You got a whole open field down here with no routes.
Yo, that's actually how I felt about that one man route they ran with Smitty. The play action.
Yeah.
It was 1st and 10, and the Eagles are already up 13-0. I think this was like third quarter, something like that. And they went they ran a one-man route, max protect, play action. And I think this is the play. I think that's the play where Fred Johnson got blown up. He got chipped. I think that's the play. I can't quite remember. But
is that the one where they went on a stunt and Tyler Steen blocked his man into Fred and then knocked Fred off his man?
No. Well, I wouldn't say he blocked him into him. Fred sure got chipped. The dude ran directly into Fred.
Okay.
He ran directly into Fred. Fred got chipped. That wasn't on Tyler Steen. But regardless, though, that first half was okay. Because I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Let's start with what we saw in that first half positively from the offense, because we're going to talk about the defense. We're going to get into that. That is that's the main event. That's the headline.
It's at this point I don't even need to talk about the defense.
I want to talk about it from. I don't want to talk about it from whether they're them showing up. I want to talk about it from a physicality standpoint, just what the level they were playing at, because they still deserve their flowers no matter how much they show up, right? But offensively, first half, I liked what I saw from that team.
Absolutely.
I liked everything I saw.
Great.
Even under the conditions, they look like a team that had a plan. They look like a team that and even the first two drives, what was it? The first two drives were punts, right? The first 2 drives were punts, but they were aggressive and they still took their shots, right? But even beyond that, I liked what they were setting up. I saw a team that was using motion with intention. There was a moment where there was a moment in the game where they started off in empty formation.
Right.
Let the defense get set up. And then out of nowhere, you saw Saquon go from being on the outside to being lined up next to Jalen Hurts in the shotgun. Then you saw Dallas Goedert move and shift. I'm like, okay, they doing some misdirection, some movement here. And I just saw a play calling that was quite literally catching the defense off balance consistently.
Yes.
Consistently.
They were forcing the defense to adjust on the fly. And it was working. And we were running the ball relatively effectively up the middle, inside the tackles.
I would agree with that, yeah. I would agree.
We had some good success with that. And it was good until it wasn't. And we still trying to figure out why it wasn't happening.
Two things failed in the second half, if you ask me. And neither of them were named Jalen Hurts.
Correct.
1, Kevin Patullo, and 2, the offensive line. The offensive line completely took the second half off. In run blocking and pass pro. Completely took the second half off. And let's be honest, even in the first half, they was collapsing a bit. Jalen Hurts had to get shifty in the pocket in the first half. Jalen Hurts looked so poor. There's a play where Jalen Hurts climbed that pocket and he was doing pirouettes in a phone booth.
Yeah,
I thought it was Superman for a second, the way he was in that phone booth just getting shifty.
When he avoided that sack.
Yeah.
That safety.
And he delivered a dime down the field. Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts was looking spectacular in that first half. He looked great. And he was finding AJ. The running game was working. They looked balanced. They looked in control.
Yeah.
They looked like a team that was more prepared for the circumstances than the Bills were.
I agree.
And when Josh Allen had that fumble, that was a fumble. It's no debate, if you ask me. It's no debate. That was a fumble.
I disagree. I thought his arm was trying to go forward.
No, watch that film again.
He did
the pump fake.
Yep.
He saw Jalen Phillips coming. When he saw him coming, he tried to tuck it.
Right. That's the tuck rule.
And then he dropped it trying to tuck it. It's a fumble.
Right. The problem was his arm was going forward. So I thought it was like he was trying to throw it, but that literally, by definition, is the tuck rule. That's how we got burned way back in the day, or not we, when Oakland got burned by the Patriots. The tuck that was the tuck rule. That's when all of that stuff started. Nobody had ever heard of the rule. That was the tuck rule. So, but we got away with it. We got the call. I ain't complaining.
I think they called it right in the field. That's a fumble, man. That's what you get. And look, let's put it this way. Let's just say, let's just say for the sake of argument, because I think that was a fumble, clear as day to me. But that's not really what we're debating here, because at the end of the day, it stood as a fumble. But let's just say it was an incomplete pass, but they ruled it a fumble. Josh Allen, why are you even putting yourself and your team in that situation? Throw the ball away, stop trying to be Superman, or just take off and run.
Right.
He had so many opportunities to get rid of that ball or just run and get maybe a few yards. It was first down he did that. Let me make sure I got that right. He did that on first down. Yes, it was 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 26. No, a lot. I'm sorry. It was 2nd and 3 at Philadelphia's 23. You're in field goal range. You need 3 yards to get first down. He could have ran for 3 yards and got first down. He could have.
He made the mistake.
But that's what happens when someone is trying to go against God. And the conditions, everything in that situation, he overcooked the rice. He overcooked the rice. And that was stuck to the bottom of the pot, stuck to the bottom of the pot, and now you look crazy. That fumble looked it was so egregious. It was egregious, and then they couldn't get back on track from that moment forward. It took them 3 quarters, took them into the 4th quarter with 5 minutes left to generate points. That defense deserves their flowers, and the offense capitalized off of the mistakes of the Buffalo Bills consistently in that first half. That's what you're supposed to do when you're a team that's been there before. That's what you're supposed to do when you're a team that understands the assignment. Like I said to you before, the Eagles look like a team that knew the conditions they were playing in. Whereas though Josh Allen and the Bills, it took them until 5 minutes in the quarter to say, all right, let's play some football now. Now we get it.
Yeah. Sometimes you come out flat in situations like that, and it sounded like that's exactly what they did. And then we, like the question you just asked, we went punt, touchdown, field goal. And then in the second half, it was just wasn't good. It was not good. It was punt.
Just say punt exponentially. Punt. Like just punt.
Oh my! But what made it worse was it was so the second half it was 5 plays and a punt, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That was god awful.
And Jalen Hurts only threw 8 passes, and half of them were like throwaways. Because when you look at the film and look at the concepts, there was nowhere to go with those footballs.
Do you realize that Jalen Hurts was the only person that ran the ball in the second half?
That got positive yards, you mean?
So I don't think Saquon had a carry in the second half.
No, he had to have a carry. Yeah, he had a carry.
Did he?
Yeah. Their first play of the half. On 1st and 10, he got 5 yards. And then he ran it again and got 10 yards.
-2.
And then he got -2 after the incompletion.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. -2 yard rush.
Yeah. So
well, you went.
Yeah. So, but to your point though, that offense completely went flat. And I don't care what Nick Sirianni say. The coach, I don't believe the players got conservative. I think the coaches got conservative.
In my opinion, I think Sirianni may have just put himself on the hot seat.
Explain it.
I think because he said, now this is odd because all of this talk that you heard about Kevin Patullo being a candidate for a head coaching job, all of that shit just got wiped out.
Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying that.
But did you hear his comments in the press conference?
The press conference today or the one after the game?
Where he said, I got to do a better job of helping Kevin. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
He's the offensive coordinator.
Why?
He's supposed to be tied into that.
Why do you have to do a better job of helping Kevin?
Exactly. What is his deficiency then? Where you need to this is how I took it. So that means collectively, y'all got to have a think tank on what plays to call, because that's the problem. Y'all have we're very predictable. Everybody knows what we're coming with. C.J. Gardner-Johnson told the league how to beat us, and everybody is filing suit. So what exactly do you have to be better at helping him with? If he was up for the job, he's the man for the job, period. He shouldn't need your help. Now, I understand what you were saying, but he shouldn't need your help. And I was like, he ain't ready. And all the stuff we've been talking about him, it being both basically the 2 hires that we have had in-house, both of them have failed. Yeah, Brian Johnson failed, and Kevin Patullo failed.
He's trying to take the heat off of him. But here's my thing, like,
the heat is on. You can't take the heat off of him.
You can't take the heat off that. We see that in 4K every Sunday.
Nah,
you can't take the heat off
simple.
That.
And the solution is not complicated.
Like, there's a way.
It ain't complicated.
And not just that, right? There's a way to discuss it without lying in our faces, right? Don't sit here and try to placate to this guy and try to take the heat off of him. There's a way for you to get your point across, and still hold him accountable in the same sentence.
Because guess what?
It's very simple to me, Marcus. All you got to do is say, quite literally, hey, listen, we expect more of ourselves. Hey, Sirianni, what happened with the offense? What happened in the second half? Well, listen, the bottom line is we expect more from ourselves, and we expect more from ourselves in situations like that. And we all know what the expectation is. So as a collective, I expect us to be better going forward in those situations. That's how you talk to a guy without talking to a guy.
All I know is they ain't had no problem high-fiving each other when the good plays came through.
Exactly.
Jumping up, hooking, and all of that type
They
of stuff.
Be too excited about little shit happening too.
Yeah. It's like when your little brother scored on you in Madden for the first time.
That's how bad it is. Y'all get excited off the layups.
I think to me, it is clear because I'm one that would say execution can overcome a bad game plan. It can. However, it comes to a point where you got to put your team in a better situation to win and be successful. And now, after seeing that game, we get what we get.
Mm-hmm.
This offense has been bipolar all year, and it's going to continue to be bipolar to the end, unless it's something that we are not seeing as the public that happens.
Mm.
Does Sirianni have to go back to play calling? Because last I checked, he didn't do a very good job play calling when he had his shot. Now, obviously, that was a long time ago, but we got the guy that you wanted. So we got to ride with it. We can't make no changes now. I would be more comfortable right now telling Jalen, just call it like you see it on the field. Keep everybody guessing. Keep everybody guessing. Because what they are coming up with is not working. And it's almost like, okay, you had your first half, everything was good, and so you don't think the other team's gonna figure it out at least at some point? It seems like y'all weren't even smart enough to do what you did in the first half again.
Right. Like even in the Commanders game the week before, they were killing them in the empty formations, killing them. Washington had no answer. Then they just stopped doing it. Just stopped. I'm like, they haven't proven to you they can stop you yet.
Run it till they stop it.
Just keep doing it.
And I don't understand that at all. And it's to the point now where I get so frustrated watching other games. And I always say to myself, like, how come we can't do that?
Well, listen, there's a chance, a high likelihood that Stefanski gets fired. I saw a report today that they're open. The options are open over there. I wouldn't mind
with Cleveland.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, he about it
coming in. I wouldn't mind him coming in as OC. I wouldn't mind at all.
As long as he want to stay OC, and we can. They got. That's gonna be hard to do, but it's like we gotta have somebody that's gonna stick around for at least 2 years. At least. I'm tired of this one and done with the OCs because it's not doing us any good and it's not doing Jalen Hurts any good.
I feel you on that 100%. I will say this though, just to not be doom and gloom the entire stream. I liked what I saw in the first half. Like I said, I liked what I saw, and they can build on that. They can build on that. Like it's so much there. There's so much we saw against the Commanders with the empty formations, what they was doing there. So much to see, so much to build off of with Jalen Hurts on the center to play action, and like even the route concepts. Like the entire first half, Tom Brady was like, love that concept, love that play call, love what they did there. And, Tom Brady, like he's
and then it stops.
He's still not. Tom Brady still don't know what to say and not to say yet.
Nah, he's not a very good
because he's still in player mode. He's still not too far off the porch. You get what I'm saying? He's still very much in play. He's a competitor, so he kind of talks about it like he still wants to be out there, which is fine for me. Me personally, I don't mind Tom Brady. I don't mind him. I'm not saying he's elite. I'm not saying he's great at it. I'm saying I don't mind.
Oh yeah, he all right. I don't hate him.
But these guys like Tom Brady, guys like Troy Aikman have not been have not pulled punches on what they saw from the Eagles offense.
No.
So when I saw Tom Brady, like, beautiful play call in that situation, I love what they did there. Oh, look at Jalen Hurts. I love the way he's still towing the pocket. I love the way they moved this and did that. Look at the misdirection. They clearly they were doing something right. You can build off of that. And because your defense is so elite, I mean, you held the Bills scoreless for 3 straight quarters.
Till like what, 6 minutes left in the
And look, here's the thing. I can't even get mad at the defense because the defense was on the field more than the offense in the second half.
They didn't score their first touchdown till 6 minutes left. And it was 5:58 left in the fourth.
Which is not fair to that defense.
No.
Not fair to that defense at all. You got to do more to reward those guys. Those guys came out hitting, Marcus.
And the most we could do was a 5-play drive. That's the best we could do. And that's horrible.
They came out smoking. I mean, them boys in that front seven, that whole defense. I mean, Cooper DeJean was everywhere. Everywhere. Reed Blankenship, Landon Wood, Jalen Phillips, all of these guys were just flying out of a cannon. It looked like they were playing at a different speed. It looked like they were a team that made up their mind how this game was going to go. Meanwhile, the Bills were still trying to figure out if they wanted to play in the weather. That's what it looked like. It looked like two different teams. One team accepted their fate. Another team was still pussyfooting around the situation.
We were just so much better than them, and that's what just frustrates me, because if the offense just could have been adequate, they didn't even have to be good in the second half. You could have had to be adequate, and they couldn't even do that.
You beat them. You could have beat. Honestly, the score should have really been. And again, I want to be mindful and nuanced when it comes to the conditions they were in. I want to make sure I hold that in its proper context. But at the same time, you should have been able to drop 20 plus points on that team easily.
Absolutely.
Easily. You could have beat them 24-12 and we wouldn't complain a bit. You could have beat them 20-12 and we would have been like, good game, y'all. The weather was shitty.
Absolutely.
But it came down to a 13-12 deficit, like 13-12 disparity. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, and you can't. I didn't think. I mean, we had some drops. The Devontae drop.
Did they?
Some calls didn't go our way, but that's going to happen. That's the give and take of NFL football. So
somebody caught that ball too.
He did. I agree.
He caught that ball.
His ball was still in control when it hit the ground. Absolutely.
Yeah, and his arm was under the ball.
Bad call, missed calls.
And the Bills receiver, the one he caught on Quinn, he didn't catch that ball.
Correct.
That ball actually hit the ground.
The refs were bad. The refs were bad that game. So, but we let them hang around. We left that door open because we couldn't get no offense together, and it is very unfair to expect that out of your defense. However, the defense was up to the task, and if that's what it takes to win, that's what you got to do to win. We had just enough pressure to force Josh Allen on a bad pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
it was just enough pressure. He still should have made the pass. That should have been a touchdown. He makes that throw in his sleep.
He was rushed into that throw.
On this given day, we got just enough pressure on him to make him screw it up.
Sure did, because he threw off his back foot. He threw fading back.
He didn't get no power on it.
He couldn't even follow through with that ball.
He didn't get no juice on it. So
that's pitch and catch, personally. But the game goes beyond just coverage. You got to get pressure. And they got just enough pressure. Listen, if pressure can cause an errant pass on third and 7, and we congratulate it, let's congratulate it when it's for the game for a 2-point conversion. I see people saying Eagles got lucky. Well, if pressure causes an errant pass in 3rd and 7 in the second quarter and they got a punt, did they get lucky or did they get pressure and they force them to a bad throw?
Yeah, let me be honest with you. I'm past words. Call it lucky if you want to. I don't care. Call it lucky. We got lucky. So what? I'm trying to look at the schedule, and it says Eagles versus Buffalo Bills, and right behind the Eagles it says W. It doesn't say L.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say LW. It just says W. So if you call it a lucky win, so be it. Okay, I agree. It was lucky win, but guess what? We win. We won. That's all that matters. I don't give a damn how it looks.
Neither do I. Like, again, I talk about this all the time. There's certain games where, okay, yeah, you know, some style points, I'm looking for that. When you're going up against a team of your caliber, of your ilk, a team that has the quarterback, has the defense, right? The pass defense at least, has the coaching, right? Has the running game. A team that you can probably see in the Super Bowl. It's really that. I think it's wide open this year, more wide open than last year. When you go up against a team like that, my humble opinion, sure. Do you want to blow every team out? You want that. But those guys get paid too. And if you can beat a team of that caliber, regardless of how you beat them, you take that. And you salute that. And you salute that.
We've been dysfunctional all year, so by now I'm used to it.
But guess what? So, I'm seeing all these teams, you know, people say, you know, when these other teams start scoring, what the Eagles going to do? What are they going to do when these other teams start scoring? Hold on, wait.
We've been hearing that all year too.
Not even just hearing it all year. Here's the part that people just keep underestimating. And I think people need to stop taking this part lightly. And I think I brought this up to you against that Green Bay game or that Detroit game. It was one of those games. I said, Marcus, I understand the Eagles are having a hard time putting up points consistently. I get it. But what if this is a team that's capable of dragging you in the mud, dragging you to the deep end, and forcing you to swim with them, forcing you to play their style of football? And like, you know, people have been saying, "Oh yeah, the Eagles offense." I get it. They've been in a lot of struggle games. I get it. But when you kind of think about it, and maybe this is just my perspective. Hey, kill me, shoot me, whatever.
Hey man, you can't win if you can't score.
But guess what? I'm a firm believer that the Eagles have been playing playoff football all year long. Because playoff games aren't blowouts the way these people think, the way they talk about them.
I've been hearing that a lot too, and I'm like, where is this thought process coming from that all of a sudden that everybody in the playoffs is going to drop 40 on teams? It's like that does not happen.
It doesn't happen. What the Eagles did last year in the NFC Championship and in the Super Bowl, those are anomalies.
Yeah, those are one-offs, man. So I don't see a team, you know, just beasting on everybody, dropping 35 and 42 points.
Exactly.
Against our defense.
Exactly. So I'm of the mindset that the Eagles, although the offense has been herky-jerky and they've struggled to be consistent with the talent they have, one, you still got to play them honest because of the talent they have. You still got to play them honest. No matter what, you still got to play them honest. You don't want to slack off on Saquon Barkley. You don't want to slack off on A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith-Jalen. You don't want to slack off. Say what you want about them. All these other fan bases, I love when they come to the live stream, by the way. Green Bay Packers fans, Rams fans. Listen, they can talk cute all they want, but deep down in their heart, they know, fuck. We ain't beat.
They don't want to come down I-95, man.
We ain't beat the Eagles in 2 years, 3 years. Damn. They can talk cute how they want. And secondly, when you got a defense playing as well as the Eagles defense has been playing, I'm of the mindset that that's something you have to account for. The Eagles have been playing playoff style football all year long. They've been in a lot of one possession games all year long, and they found a way to muscle themselves hopefully to a 12-5 record.
Right.
And I just think they're a football team that's built and designed for playoff style football. Even what Jalen Hurts is doing in that game, I think Emmanuel Acho said this. He said something along the lines of, it may not be visually appealing to people. But the way Jalen Hurts plays football is what wins you games in football games.
Pretty much.
It's not appealing. You may not like it, but damn, he knows how to intuitively play the game. Instead of forcing the ball down the field, he threw the ball away like 3 or 4 times in the second half. So you know what? Ain't nothing there. That was a game where a team that made the least amount of mistakes won that game, and that's playoff football. Can you make less mistakes than the other guy? Can you force that other guy to make one more mistake than you, and can you capitalize? Right. That's playoff football.
I'm trying to find this post on Twitter. Yeah. Somebody posted a Twitter, and it was like he listed all the quarterbacks he beat in the playoffs since 2022. And it was Matthew Stafford like 3 times. All the usual suspects. Mm-hmm. We took care of all of them. Jalen Hurts took care of all of them. So, but we just this is us right now. Hopefully the pendulum will swing the other way, and the offense will wake up, or Kevin Patullo will wake up and mix up the offense and do what we got to do to put points on the board.
And guess what? It will. I'm telling you, when the playoffs start, I got a sneaky suspicion. They're going to do exactly what they need to do.
I agree.
They've been there. They understand. They understand it. They got the pedigree.
I don't see anybody with. How can I say this? We should have a good chance of beating whoever we face if we play like the Philadelphia Eagles.
Do me a favor. Bring up this comment here about Slagger. Slagger 57. Thank you. Let me read this real quick. He says, "Please, Tone. I'm gonna read it with the sass he wrote it with, y'all. Excuse me. Please, Tone. The Bills had it. The call worked on the 2-point conversion, and you're one play from taking a massive shit on Jalen and the OC for being too conservative. That margin of error is ass." All right, let's address it piece by piece real quick. Please, Tone. Well, for one, no thank you. Secondly, the Bills had it. No, they didn't. Because if they had it, they would have got it. They didn't have it. They didn't. They didn't. Because I'm not going to sit here and give credit to a team for almost doing anything. I'm not going to give. I'm not going to give them credit for almost doing anything. And don't try to clean it up now, Slagger. You're here now.
Apocalypse.
Don't try to clean almost. It up. Don't try to clean it up now. You're here now.
You're here. You know what?
And
the Rams almost had it last year too.
Exactly. So let me get to this.
But they didn't get it.
He said the call worked on the 2-point conversion. Okay.
It was a good call. He didn't execute it.
We started off the show saying, hey, he was wide open too. We said that, did we not, Marcus?
Hey, Slagger, your MVP beefed on an open man in the end zone to win the game for his team.
We said that though, right? We said
period in the paragraph. Your MVP, your reigning MVP, couldn't pass the ball in the end zone when you had a wide open man for the win.
Yeah. And hold on. So we said, boom, the play, he was open. So boom, you got to make that throw. He says you're one play away from taking a mass shit on Jalen and the OC being too conservative. Well, I'm taking the shit on OC regardless of the outcome.
Yeah.
So that's
been all year.
That's not a today thing. He getting shit on no matter what. So we could put that to the side. Jalen Hurts, I would have never shit on him because you know why? I actually saw the film and I saw what was going on in that second half. I saw a quarterback that had no options. You see, I don't just watch the game. I study and I listen to smart people when they talk. That second half, watch the 8 pass attempts. Go watch them. Watch them. They gave Jalen Hurts no options. So Jalen Hurts wouldn't have got shat on by me. Now, as far as the margin of error, hey, that's the NFL, baby. That's playoff football. The margin of error is like this. When you're in a game like that, when you're in a game in a torrential downpour, where you literally your cleats are two-stepping in puddles every time you move a muscle. When you got a defense playing like that, and when you're going up against a quarterback of Josh Allen's caliber and in that environment, Buffalo, Orchard Park, Bills Mafia, we know the vibes there. We know the energy there. We know how they carry it there. They just as crazy as us. and you march in there under the circumstances and you still get the job done, fuck the margin of error.
That margin of error is the same margin of error when Devontae Smith dropped that ball.
What are we talking about? Forget the margin of error. The margin of error, that's football. That's playoff level football. The margin of error, slim. You see, it's a lot of teams that can't operate under that pressure. Be grateful for who we are and what they are. It's a lot of teams that can't operate with that margin of error. Some teams fumble the bag. Some teams fumble the bag, like the Green Bay Packers, like the Buffalo Bills, like the Baltimore Ravens, like the who else? Like the
Detroit.
Rams as of late, like Detroit. You know, some teams can't handle balancing on a toothpick. You feel what I'm saying? Some teams can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
They had their shot, and they missed it.
Everybody had their crack at it. Everybody had their crack at it. Let's not act like the football guys just shining on Philly. they not.
No, that's not the case.
They not. The Eagles have been fighting fate for a long time.
We know that's not the case, man. Listen, they had their shot. They called the right play. It was the right play call, but player execution failure. That's what that was.
And guess what? They went scoreless for 3 quarters.
There's a reason why Josh Allen took his helmet off and almost threw it.
Exactly. That
because
pressure.
He knew he had him. That was the right play. He had the guy coming in the back of the end zone. Our defender wasn't even close. He got turned around. It was a good route. It was a good pattern.
Very good route.
Didn't deliver the ball.
Deliver the ball. Simple
that
as
margin of error is the same margin of error that Devontae had when he dropped that pass that hit him in the hands.
I'm not going to let Josh Allen.
He's supposed to catch it. He didn't catch it. Josh Allen was supposed to make that pass, especially if he's the reigning league MVP. The league MVP makes that pass, point period in the paragraph. And
I'm not letting Josh Allen off the hook. I'm not. You gonna know why? Because if the roles were reversed and Jalen Hurts misses that pass,
he'd be catching him.
We killing him. We killing him. We killing him. So therefore, I'm not going to say the Eagles got away with one. No, I'm gonna say the Eagles got pressure and forced him into that pass. Right. Because the Eagles don't get pressure, and that means he doesn't have to throw off his back foot. He's not throwing fading back, and he can just pitch and catch that with confidence. And then it's not even like the ball went to the receiver hands and the receiver dropped it. It's not even that. He flat out whiffed because of the pressure. So that margin of error.
Oh, Panda, why you said what?
I can't say that because Josh Allen be healthy.
I can't. You know what? Hey, but it's funny you say that because now Josh Allen is hobbled.
Yeah, they say he's dealing with some kind of ankle or something like that. Whatever it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm not giving passes out for guys, man. I saw that Sports Illustrated headline too. Oh yeah, Josh Allen. I give him the ball in a situation every time. Then Jalen Hurts' name come up. Jalen Hurts struggles and won over Bills. You don't see the play? Y'all don't see the play? Like, Jalen Hurts had a fantastic first half. Josh Allen had a fantastic almost fantastic 5 minutes.
5:42.
Almost fantastic. Like, we're giving the guy more credit for losing than the guy who actually won the game. Like, I agree. They should have been more aggressive. I don't take nothing away from that. I'm rocking and rolling with that. They should have been more aggressive. Not even a bit more. A lot more, Slagger. They should have been a lot more aggressive. They had them on the ropes.
Listen, just like when we took our L's, we had opportunities to win, and we didn't take advantage of them. Buffalo ain't no different. Right. That is the nature of the beast. They had their opportunities to win, and they didn't take advantage of it. They were on the goal line and couldn't get in. That was an opportunity. They could not score with all of their tush pushes and everything. They had the ball inside the 1 yard line and couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So guess what? Your MVP of the Buffalo Bills couldn't get it done.
Simple. When the money was on the table.
When it was on the table and
when the
everything
money was on the
line.
table. That's a microcosm. That's a microcosm of who he's been. These guys, and on the goal line. Yeah, let's talk about it. Dagger, keep cooking, Dagger. He was on the goal line twice. Couldn't get in the end zone on 4th down. Come on, man. I'm tired of giving these poster childs, giving these quarterbacks leeway, and my guy Jalen Hurts got to carry the water up and down the mountain every day. I'm tired of that.
Man, and isn't it funny though? Tone, isn't it funny? The media darlings, boy, they trying to pit. They won the Super Bowl with the Rams and Buffalo so bad because they want to put Josh Allen versus Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford had a terrible game. Josh Allen had a terrible game.
Terrible.
Both
terrible.
Everybody get a turn.
But Marcus, that's the team they want us to be afraid of, the Rams. Why do I need to be afraid of the Rams when I've seen them lose to Atlanta? I've seen them lose to the Panthers.
Atlanta put it on them.
Why do I need to be afraid of them? Help me understand when they're beatable in that way. They're beatable. There's nothing. Oh, because Stafford is having this really good season, which he is, by the way. But and you know they're putting up numbers that makes you excited. Okay, you know what? Chris Broussard said this.
Shout out to Chris Broussard. He's my homeboy. Grew up right across the street from him, Cincinnati, Ohio, College Hill.
Shout out to the God-fearing brother, Chris Broussard. I love his perspective on this. He said, why is it that when we see a game where a team wins 40-38, we say, wow, what a game. What a win by that team. But a team that beat another team 13-12 or 13-10, whatever it is, we say, oh my God, man, can this team score? We're worried about this team. They won, but man, what a bad game by it. What a bad performance. Hold on, wait. So basically what you're saying is you're willing to give credit and grace to a team that put up the numbers you wanted to see, but was god-awful on defense. But you're not willing to give the credit to a team that was elite, that was God level on defense, but they struggled on offense in a half. You see, the margin of victory is the same, but the style is different. The path to victory was different. You see, it speaks to where we are in fantasy football. It speaks to where we are when it comes to sports betting. People are putting offensive production ahead of the ultimate goal. And when I look at the Philadelphia Eagles, when I look at what I've seen this past weekend, when I think about teams who've been able to put up the points, you want to know what's been their downfall? Not being able to get a damn stop.
Right.
Cincinnati Bengals, no offense, Marcus, I'm sorry about this, but I got to use them. Cincinnati Bengals, they was one of the most electric offenses a couple years ago, was they not? They was putting up crazy numbers.
And they had no defense.
No defense. And what happened? They couldn't make the playoffs. It's two things in football that travels more than anything else, Marcus, and I'll let you cook. More than anything else, there's two things that travel, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Defense and a running game.
Defense and the offensive line.
Hey, I'll take that.
They still got a problem to solve because their offensive line is still suspect. So we got one more week to solve that problem. I don't know what they got to do. I did that breakdown of the film, and I showed that one play where Cam Jurgens didn't hit a soul. Oh my God. He did the same exact thing for the second week in a row. I don't know what I like, dude. Are y'all practicing that way in practice during the week? What is it about that play where you get swarmed and you don't touch a soul? And they almost get in a handoff. Almost exactly the same way. And I was like, I don't know what to say. Tyler Steen wasn't good. Cam Jurgens wasn't good. They better do something. They better do something because we got to come and still establish the trenches in the playoffs.
You do.
That's where the money is, in the trenches.
That's how they won the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
That's how
they couldn't stop us. They couldn't stop us. Our offensive line was beasting on everybody, and our defensive line was beasting on everybody in the Super Bowl. And that's what we got to keep up. So I never in a million years would I have thought that we got a Jeff Stoutland problem. Because Stoutland is the one that's got to keep that together. And I don't understand why Brett Toth isn't starting at center. The fact that Cam Jurgens made the Pro Bowl is a joke.
It is a joke. Honestly, because he's a center, it's not going to be talked about. But it's a joke to the Pro Bowl. I mean, the Pro Bowl was already a joke in terms of the event itself. It's an honor, nonetheless, to make the Pro Bowl. It's an honor. It still means you've been one of the better guys at your position. But for Cam Jurgens to make a Pro Bowl
after this year
is a mockery.
It's a popularity contest.
It's a mockery, though. So. It's a mockery, bro. And I know
it ain't the first time though. We've had guys that get voted to the Pro Bowl in the past.
I get it.
They go by name alone.
I get it. But we're talking about him right now.
Yeah, I don't like it. But guess what? I ain't gonna hate on him for making it. I ain't gonna hate on him.
Listen,
all I know is you better give me a Pro Bowl effort the week after next.
Get your money. But it's a mockery. He's been awful all year long.
Terrible.
Like you could really watch all the film from the season, and I can make an argument that on about 70% of every run Saquon Barkley has ran, there's been a guy in the backfield that he's trying to avoid.
Absolutely.
And they've always come from the interior. I can't even make sense. It's insane. But that leads to a question that you broached on your thumbnail. Eagles Commanders this Sunday. It is this Sunday, right? I know the date just came out. Let's see here. Yes. Sunday, January 4th.
That's a 5:30 game, isn't it? Or 4:30, 5:30?
4:25, yeah.
Because we played the same time as the Bears.
So that begs the question, and you brought it up briefly. Do we start him? Do we sit him? What's your approach?
It depends on do we want that number 2 seed and everything that comes with it. If we get the number 2 seed, there is a much bigger chance that we will have 2 home games for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Is that what you want? Is it worth it? I think it's worth it. So I would play it because literally you got something on the line. You got something on the line that can better your standing and better your odds to get it back to the Super Bowl. Mm. So just from that standpoint, if it was a situation where we could not gain ground, obviously you sit them, but we are in the rare situation where you can. So, but what I think, whatever they decide to do, make the decision. Either sit them or start them. But we can't be score watching and then decide in the second half, let's put the starters back in and see if we can get this. No, make the decision now and then roll with that, and you get what you get. We ain't gonna be flashing the score up at the link and everybody, cheering or booing, mm-hmm. and we adjusting our game plan because Chicago took the lead or something like that. I don't want to go through all of that. Just make a decision. You either play them or you don't, and just go with that.
It's going to be interesting. If it was up to me, they're playing, especially the guys on offense. They're playing. Now, Darth Panda says Nick already said starters will play.
Yeah, but he didn't sound very convincing.
Right.
He sounded like he said that because somebody asked him the question.
Right, but he still reserves the right to change his mind.
He reserves the right to change his mind. Absolutely. And the reason why I didn't initially want them to play is because I don't want nobody from Washington doing nothing stupid and getting one of our players injured. I don't want that. I don't want Frankie Louvu doing some dumb shit. I don't want to see that. So take our starters out of the equation.
Right.
Because you know something going to pop off. And the last thing we need is somebody getting suspended or anything like that. Let's just take that off the table. They don't have nothing to lose. We do. And I honestly believe we can beat them with Tanner McKee. I
do believe that as well.
But Tanner McKee ain't the issue.
Right. He's not the issue. You're right.
No, the issue is who's gonna be left to start on the offensive line. That's the issue. Are we gonna be able to see some of these rooks? Are we gonna see Lampkin? Are we gonna see Miles Hinton? Are we gonna see some of the young guys, young fellas in there? I want to see what they can do because that's a area of need for next year's draft. Tight ends that can block, and what they're gonna do in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. I don't think all starters are going to play.
No.
But I do think there's going to be some starters playing at certain positions. I think we're going to see,
just because of depth issues.
Exactly. I think we likely see the interior defensive line rest. So I think we likely see JD and Jalen Carter on ice. I don't think JD and JC play on Sunday. I think Sunday is going to be a Moro Jomo, Ty Robinson, Byron Young kind of game.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Jalen Phillips sits. BG obviously sits. Yeah. I think Zach Bond may sit. I think likely we'll see Jahai Campbell and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. out there.
Right.
I think Quinyon Mitchell sits. I think Cooper DeJean sits.
And we should still have enough to beat them at home.
I think they may have depth issues at safety. I don't know.
Well, I think they're going to start the backups, but I think everybody dresses. Ain't nobody going to be out there in street clothes.
I think you gotta let Smitty get that 1,000.
I agree.
You gotta let Smitty get that 1,000. He like 2 solid catches away. Like, so you gotta place. In my opinion, I wouldn't be because and Nick is good for that. Nick is good for making sure a guy get his
I can
money.
see them going to Devontae early and him breaking off a couple.
Because remember his rookie year, they was feeding him to make sure he got that record.
If he'd have caught the ball, he would have had it.
So exactly, if he would have caught the ball, he would have had it.
Caught the ball, he may have had it. So
right. I think they sit AJ. I can see that.
Yeah. Cooper, Dotson.
I can see them sitting Saquon. I can see that.
Yeah. Tank Bigsby and Shipley. I could go with that.
I could see them doing that.
I can see Tank Bigsby rattling off 100 yards. I would like to see Toth at center. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Now's the time to do it.
My feelings, that whole offense plan, but I'm just going off of, I told y'all my thoughts, but now I'm going off what I think is going to happen. So, and by the way, Ringo not going to start. You'll see Jacorian Bennett out there freezing him. You'll see Jacorian Bennett out there freezing him. And you still got AJ Dillon. I forgot about him too.
Yeah. Offensive line they just gotta. That's the only thing I want to see. I want to see our offensive line establish that line of scrimmage, and then even if they do, we talking about the Redskins, like we talking about the Commanders. So
let me ask you a question real quick before we get to the super chats. Playoff game is competitive. Cam Jurgens is a liability. And I'm not just saying a liability. I mean, he's visibly getting abused. Visibly. How many drives do you think it takes before Stoutland and Nick put it into that?
I don't know.
Because now we're talking about a playoff game now.
Yeah, but they might try to have him play through it. If you're talking about against Washington.
No. I'm talking about a playoff game.
If it was a playoff game,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
you got to make the move.
We're in a playoff game.
You got to make the move,
and he's getting abused visibly.
It's a win or go home, so you got to put somebody else in there. You have to, but that comes at a cost. Mainly, now your quarterback's got to take a snap from somebody new. So, we got to roll with it.
Yeah. Let's get to these super chats, man. We appreciate
you a lot of
for donating to the channel. Man, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the investment. It means a lot to us and it goes a long way, man. Thank y'all. We know it's the holiday season and some of y'all still recovering from Christmas, so we appreciate it.
Facts. Justin Long, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Happy early New Year, fellas. Did y'all see Acho finally did a Hurts breakdown, but it focused on Patullo's play calling? I was just about to watch that before the show. I didn't get a chance to see it yet. But Acho, I like Acho. I like that he watches tape and breaks down the film. But sometimes listening to him he's annoying.
Sometimes it's a little too
it's too much.
Too performative.
Yeah. He knows what he's talking about, but sometimes like, bro, tone it down a little.
You know what it sounds like?
Use your inside voice.
You know what it sounds like sometimes? It sounds like he always auditioning.
You don't watch the WNBA, do you?
Nah, not as much as you know.
He reminds me of Chinua Agumake. That's NECA's older sister, who used to play in the WNBA.
Oh yeah, her. Yeah, she's on ESPN. NBA Live. NBA
she's the tall, dark-skinned one.
Yeah, beautiful woman. Yeah.
Yes, but she talks like she always has to get it out before somebody else butts in and says something else, and she can't figure out how to finish her thought. That's what Acho does. It's like just a constant stream of, and it's like, dude, like use your inside voice. I'm right here. But
let me ask you something now. Do you think it's cultural?
No.
Okay. And I mean that with respect. Shout out.
No, because I know white reporters and journalists who do the same thing. Okay. They don't shut up. They just. I
was curious because both of the people we're talking about just so happened to be. I'm not sure. Was Acho born here or was because I know his parents are Nigerian.
I don't know.
And I'm not sure where the other sister's from. Or where our parents are from. So, and again, I mean this with respect. I just know that sometimes culturally, sometimes we communicate differently, and I just want to show put it in its proper context and show respect to that. Who knows? But as far as Acho goes, because
he's born in Dallas.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Got it. So Acho was born in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my African brothers and sisters, and shout out to my FBAs. Feel what I'm saying? All right, let's see here. We got next. Yeah.
Fanny, hey, bald eagle. Sometimes the Eagles are like cheap prostitutes, all makeup, but no substance. I still rock with them anyways.
Hey, Miss Fanny. Now I know you a God-fearing woman, and I know since you from Dayton, you go to an old school black church. You from Dayton. You live in Dayton. You go to an old school black church, sisters.
Now, hey, listen, man. I used to tell my kids all the time. There's not too many other books that have more sex and violence than the Bible.
Now, how would the deacon feel, Miss Fanny? You talk about cheap prostitutes and. Shout out to Miss Fanny. We appreciate you. We love you.
That was hilarious.
Thank you.
Linda Washington, Bluebell. What's going on? Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Defense will have to carry us through the playoffs.
Defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships.
We won that Super Bowl last year because that defense wins championships, yo. I'm going to keep on screaming from mountaintops.
Can't win if they can't score.
Simple as that.
Cody Nuts with the $20 super chat. Good looking. Happy New Year to you both, gentlemen. Had a good year, fellas. Hopefully 26 is even better. Eagles D is straight up insane right now. I'm tired of the most expensive offense ever assembled, looking like the Jets and covering it up.
Hey, Cody, two things, man. One, I'm glad you had a fantastic year, man. I'm truly happy about that for you, man. You know, keep striving. You know, keep doing your thing. Secondly, pause. Hey, you my man.
Well,
you my man, Cody. Thank you for the Dubskis, my guy. You know what's love with me. You know what's love with me.
Oh my God. Darth Panda, I need Patullo gone the Monday after the Eagles' last game. If for whatever reason he returns, I'm looking at Howie sideways. At this point, I agree.
You think Howie and Jeffrey gonna let him come back?
They done already had that conversation.
One thing about Jeffrey, one thing about Howie, they put the franchise first. They will. Yeah. Listen, I'm willing to bet they'll sacrifice their own wife and kids for a Super Bowl. Like, that's one thing I appreciate about this organization. Like, there's a lot of organizations out there. They just care about the money their franchise makes. It's just an investment for them. They don't care about actually winning. They don't care about investment. They don't care about spending the money on the coaching, whatever. They don't care about it. There's a lot of teams. Why do you think the Jets keep spending money on defensive coaches? You think you think they got some master plan? No, they don't really care. They get paid no matter what. Y'all gonna show up no matter what. Y'all gonna buy the merch no matter what. And guess what? They gonna make their money no matter what. It's the Chargers. You think the Chargers really care about winning?
They're gonna get their money.
They're gonna get their money. They don't care. Like you got to pay attention to certain teams.
They're gonna pay for SoFi.
Like they don't really care about winning. They know y'all gonna show up. And also, people got to remember too, when it comes to these stadiums, these owners, you think they making their money? You think they making their real money from the games? They making the money in the off season when they having concerts and shows and events and all.
Absolutely,
that's the real hustle.
Why you think Shador ain't going nowhere?
That's the real hustle when you talk about it.
Shador, Cleveland just signed. They getting a new stadium built, so they got to sell them season tickets. Shador ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. That's
it's
the real.
It's gonna be number 12 everywhere up there.
But y'all tell people, man, a lot of these
Haslam knows that. Shalom, Tony, Coach. Keep up the good work. Go Birds. Appreciate you,
Shep.
Shep.
My man Shep. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you.
24 Birds is back on both sides with the $5 super chat. As usual, 24 Birds is showing love. Appreciate you. My guy Q, Quentin Fields, KP says, sometime we run the ball just to run the ball. He said, I nearly lost my mind.
Yo, what kind of statement is that?
Somebody that doesn't, somebody that ain't there yet. That's what that is. Somebody that ain't there yet. So, but guess what? What do they say, Tone? When somebody shows you who they are,
believe them.
Believe them. So, just along back with a $2 super chat. Did y'all think we should get the 2 seed or the 3 seed? Preferably, we would like the 2 seed. To me, it doesn't matter. Once you in, you in. It don't matter who you play.
Yeah, I'd rather have the 2 seed. For sure, Justin Long. Also, shout out to the lovely pretty Mimi. I'm guessing today's your birthday, Mimi. Shout out to you. And for the record, I forgot to mention it to you guys. I'm not really one to do this, but I figured I should. Why not? Tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 31 years old, so I'm pretty. I'm pretty blessed to say that, man. I'm grateful. So shout out to Miss Mimi, the lovely lady. You ain't got to tell us how old you turn. You know I am a gentleman. You ain't got to tell us.
I want to know.
You.
I want to know.
Shout out to pretty Mimi. Happy birthday!
I used to joke with people at the Apple Store all the time when I used to get customers say, "You never ask," because we get a new phone. Sometimes you had to ask the age or the question or something like that, and the ladies would play with me and they would say, "You know, you're never supposed to ask a woman her age," and I was like, "Only if you don't want to know." And they would kind of look at me like, "Well, it's like if you want this phone, you better answer the question." So, hey, AJ nothing but a number anyway.
For sure. It's how you feel. You know what I mean? It's how you feel. It's how you get jiggy still, you know?
Another $5 super chat from Justin. Do y'all find it funny how this year nobody in the media has said any tush push bans since we are not that good at it this year?
Of course
it doesn't
not.
surprise me at all.
Isn't
That's
it
just
funny?
a classic example of moving the goalposts.
Yo, isn't it funny that the only way Buffalo was able to score yesterday was on tush pushes?
Yep.
Isn't it ironic? Like
and he slid left.
Yeah, and we ain't see no outcries about it. We ain't see no outcries about it, man.
Nope.
It's ridiculous.
Nobody said a word.
It
was always us.
Mm-hmm. They only were able to score on tush pushes. Nothing else.
It's not a football play. People gonna get hurt. It's not a real football play. Yeah, shut up.
Right.
Dagger hitting back with a $10 super chat.
Thank you, Dagger.
Tone, I brought this up with Coach earlier today. He was on my stream earlier when I was talking about Diggs, the Diggs situation. With the horrible spacing, among other things, all year from the wide receivers. Why has Aaron Moorhead have no blame this whole year? What impact does he have? When he asked that question earlier, I said you can't put it on the wide receiver coach because the wide receiver coach gets his instructions from the OC.
Yeah, and he's not coming up with the route concepts.
Nope.
His job is to make sure those guys understand
know what the concepts are.
Yeah, know what they are and understand how to do their job. Like you can only get it's hard to get separation when somebody knows what you're doing. Right? So I can't Moorhead's job is to make sure these guys stay technically and fundamentally sound. His job is to make sure they understand their concepts. His job is to make sure they understand how many steps they need to be taken to get in and out of their breaks. That's his job. His job isn't to design the concepts and so on and so forth. So I don't really put that on him personally.
Yep. Another $5, $4.99 super chat for Darth Penn. I appreciate you, Penn. Every 10 or so years, a team gets carried by the defense. Look at the 2015 Broncos and the 2000 Ravens. It's the Eagles' turn this season. I'll take that day.
I'll take that for sure. I mean,
absolutely.
I can't name a defense hotter right now. I can't name a defense hotter right now than the Eagles defense. I can't. I know Houston's playing really well on defense. You know, they're going on a run right now. You know, their defense has been number one. The Eagles defense has been just phenomenal. Private McClunky, the super chat. Thank you, Private. He says, if Stefanski gets fired, would y'all want him as OC? I know I mentioned it earlier. That would be interesting to see. I've always enjoyed Stefanski's offenses when he's actually been competent, when they've had talent, right? I in particular enjoy Stefanski's offenses when he had Baker that last year, that final year. Like that run where they had Baker for those couple of years where he was actually making the playoffs and stuff, and they beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh and all that. Like, I like Stefanski's concepts. Heavy play action, misdirection. I like it. So it all depends on how he sees himself, you know, in his career going forward. I would imagine he wants to be a head coach again. He's one coach of the year, twice or once, something like that. I can't remember.
I think it's twice.
So he's a good coach. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah. But I also think he's been giving Shedeur Sanders the shit into the stick, and I think two things can be true.
Yeah,
which makes me feel like it's coming from more above him.
And that's possible. Absolutely. So, Green Wing Man with the $20 super chat. He says, when it comes to the playoffs this year, it's not about the team that's playing the best football heading in, but whose defects come to bite them in the ass at the worst possible time. Ain't that the truth? R.I.P. Isaiah Whitlock.
R.I.P. Isaiah Whitlock. If some of you guys don't know who Isaiah Whitlock is,
he's the actor that does that in The Wire.
Yeah, he's a renowned actor, born September 3rd, 1954. I mean, he was in The Five Bloods. He was in The Wire. He was in Your Honor. He had a role in Cocaine Bear. He was in Goodfellas. He's been in a lot of Spike Lee projects. Isaiah Whitlock is an iconic actor, especially in Black cinema. I mean, he has one of the most iconic, like his shit is probably just as iconic as Samuel L. Jackson's motherfucker. Like there's two people in film history who have coined
And that catchphrase, yeah.
It quite frankly stamped their name on 2 curse words. Samuel L. Jackson, do they speak what? Motherfucker, what? like Samuel Jackson owns that word. And Isaiah Whitlock Jr., he owns she. He owns it. He owns it. He owns it, man. So rest in peace to Isaiah Whitlock, man.
Hey, Justin want to know when y'all gonna get a link up.
Listen, man. We've been trying to figure out timing. We've been working on it. You know, it hasn't been without trying, you guys. We're gonna try to get you guys one sometime this week. That is the goal. That is the goal. We're always working on it, but you know, scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, I see. Been busy, man. Simone been busy.
Yeah. You know, I started a new job. You know, Simone leads a very, very busy life, and she's one of the hardest working women in show business. So, in LB, you know, also has other projects outside of just his content creation. So, we've all been trying to align our schedules when it comes to the link up, and that's kind of really been the thing. It's not for lack of trying, and it's no issues. We're just trying to get our schedules in line. Yeah. These past few weeks for me in particular have been really challenging. I can't do content during the day anymore because I'm working. Most of my content, if you guys haven't noticed, comes 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or later. So that's pretty much been my situation, you guys. But don't worry, the link up is still a thing. We're still very much linked up. We're just trying to figure out the best time, and we're trying to align our schedules, you guys.
Hey, so man, life be lifing.
Yeah.
Life be lifing.
That's a fact, man.
Right,
but
man.
Other than that, man, that's the show.
We here, man. We got to get through this week, and then it's time to take care of business for the playoffs. This is what we worked for. This is what we talked all of that time in camp, all of this stuff during the regular season. Once you get to the playoffs, your slate is wiped clean, and everybody starts from the same spot.
Absolutely.
So this is still a wide open race. There are still no teams that are head and shoulders above anybody else. Mm-hmm. As soon as they try to put somebody on top, they get taken down. Everybody gets got.
Sure do.
Everybody gets got. So,
which makes me feel good that they've been very intentional about keeping the Eagles down.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than getting bit by a sleeping dog.
Nobody wants to come down I-95, bro. They don't want them problems.
Exactly.
I want them problems. We will smack you in the face with a damn pretzel. Stop.
Exactly. I appreciate the kind words, y'all. Thank y'all for the congratulations. And again, happy birthday to Pretty Mimi. Rest in peace to Isaiah Whitlock Jr. One of the most iconic, an iconic actor in film and Black cinema. So we appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Pro Fan Talk. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Chalk It Up Sports. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Y'all know where our bodies be. My birthday's tomorrow. I'll be 31. I don't want to hear none of the unk jokes.
No unk jokes. Come on, man.
I ain't there yet. That's you. That's you.
I'm past unk, man. I'm an OG, triple OG, dog.
Yeah. You're right. You OG.
Graduated.
You
you getting into unk status, man.
On that note, y'all, he's Marcus Thomas. I'm Tony Schultz II. This has been the Bald Eagles Podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Go Birds.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Marcus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing by, bringing the heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, yeah, the